Hey DOC, Jim Kenny here, and I would like to go through some of the nicer books I have in my collection. But before I do that, I got a couple of matters of, well, business that need to be taken care of. Well, first and foremost is I promised a certain someone, Tater, that I would pound this flaming hot Mountain Dew. Ugh, it just looks awful. But anyway, I promised. He sent me one, and I'm a man of my word. So first things first. We're gonna drink this, and then that will lead me to the second thing. So first, here goes nothing. Oh, and you may be wondering why I'm wearing this. That is going to be the second order of business. So first things first. And I am gonna chug this, but first I want to just do a little sniff test. It smells like Mountain Dew. Just a little taste. So I can. It's just really sweet. And oh, there's the spice. There it is. But all right. Anyway, this is to you, Tater. Cheers. Ugh. Not that hot. I mean, there's a little spice, but really all I'm getting is the unbelievable amounts of sugar that are in this thing. 58 grams. Oh, I'll be up all night. Ugh. There you go. Empty. Ugh. That was gross. I won't be drinking one of those again. Anyway. All right. So that's that. And so I figured to kind of up the ante since, well, flaming hot is a stretch. I thought I'd take a look in my freezer because I know some of you over at DOC know that I have made my own hot sauces in the past. And I was digging through my freezer and I found one of these. I slow thought it today and I'll introduce you to this nasty, in fact I should be using this hand, that's why I have the glove on, this nasty little pepper. It is a Trinidad Moruga Scorpion. And what those are, for anyone that doesn't know, it's one of the super hot peppers. They're supposed to be slightly hotter than ghost peppers, maybe not quite as hot as Carolina Reapers. So they usually fall somewhere, I think on the average, around 1.2 million Scoville heat units. Just to give you an idea for comparison, your average jalapeno has a roughly, I don't know, it's somewhere between I think it's like 10 or 15,000 Scoville heat units. So this is a lot hotter. And it's a lot hotter than this stuff. So I thought I would do let me just cut this stem off. I thought I would do kind of like a Hot Ones, but, comic style. Anyway, the reason why I'm wearing a glove is because with this particular class of peppers, just like with the Reaper, they have the oils that excrete, they have oils that excrete, on the outside of the pepper. So when you handle them, they can burn your skin. Same thing with a habanero. So that's why that's why I'm wearing this glove, and now I'm going to show you something that actually is flaming hot. So, without any further ado, bottoms up. Yep. Oh. Oh. Hot. So, eating these types of super hot peppers is not recommended. If you haven't had a lot of experience doing this. I've eaten quite a few of these. Not recently. Oh, man. But it looks like I left some off here when I cut it. There, gone. Oh. Anyway. Now that that's done, I thought I'd use my, this time as my burden period to show you some of the books in my collection. And now I can get rid of this. I'll probably be using this to wipe my head because I'm already starting to sweat. But anyway, here we go. So, thought we'd start off with something that is well known and coveted by certain folks. Catface, thinking about you, buddy. So I bought this New Mutants 98 for my LCS back in the 90s. I had missed the boat on New Mutants 87, and I think I paid, well, yeah, there's the price, part of the price, $5. But there you go. It's a really clean copy. Very nice. I should get it slabbed one of these days. I will. Anyway, moving along. This is a nice one. So Marvel Spotlight, number 5. Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze. It's a pretty clean copy, except unfortunately the bottom staple here separated from the book, from the cover. But otherwise, pretty clean. I like the way it looks. I bought this a long time ago. So there you go. Little Johnny Blaze. And here's also a clean copy of Star Wars number 1. And sadly, no, it is not the 35-cent variant, but, it's a clean copy. I like it. I should get it cleaned and pressed and slabbed. One of these days, maybe I will. Oh, Pepper is kicking me. Oh. Anyway, soldiering on. Something a little different. Showcase Presents. This is number 34. First appearance of the Atom. A really nice looking copy. Pretty clean. I'd have to grade this at, I don't know. No, it's not pressed, so I don't know. Right now, it's probably very fine plus, but would probably get higher with a clean and a press. All right, this one, for all you web heads out there, I don't collect a lot of Amazing Spider-Man, but I was able to find this one in what I think is pretty good condition. This one's hard to find in anything that's better than VG. This is Amazing Spider-Man number 28, first appearance of the Molten Man, and as you can see, pretty clean. It's got some spine ticks, but not too bad. I mean, a lot of black colors are pretty nice. Sorry for the glare. I'm trying to showcase it best I can. There you go. Oh, I'm sweating. Anyway, so got some here, and let's keep going. Oh yeah, these books. You all gonna know these. So, starting off with what is a pretty clean copy of The Incredible Hulk 180. Everyone knows this is the first. Well, I'm not gonna say. We'll just say that whether it's cameo or full, appearance, whatever you want to call it. There's a big splash page on the back of this book with Wolverine, and this is his first, whatever you want to call it, his first appearance in comics. And then, of course, the big boy, Hulk 181. I bought this particular book when I was 17, and my LCS, he wouldn't come down on the price. So I had to lay it away. And I did for like 3 or 4 months. And at the time, this book cost me $80. but that was a lot back in, 1991. Anyway, so it's complete. It's got its Marvel value stamp, and if I were to grade this, I don't know, it's probably VG plus, maybe, fine minus, maybe like a 5.0, but still, a nice looking book. And there you go. We'll be fans in, of course, to round out the trifecta. Also, a very nice clean copy of Hulk 182. I wish my 181 was in shape of, was in the same condition as either my 180 or 182, but still, we'll be in a couple of panels here to wrap up that whole storyline when he has his first brawl with the Hulk. So, there you go. Wow, my nose is running. Oh, that pepper is strong. Anyway, so there's some books there, and I thought I'd delve into a few more things, because why not? I'm suffering, I might as well let the suffering continue. All right, let's see. For all you TMNT fans, I don't have a TMNT number 1, but I do have number 2, first printing. It's a pretty good looking copy. It's near mint. Sorry for the glare. But as you can see, after I paid for it back in, I think I got this in 89, 90. I paid $60 for this one. It's got nice rich blacks. It's definitely a first print. I've already looked at it. Checked it again just to make sure I wasn't losing my mind. But there you go. And I bought the number 3. I know it's not a Grail, but I bought this book along with the number 2. And the number 4 from the same store. It was a shop in New York. And this was also a very clean looking copy. I should get these slabbed. But anyway, there they are. And funny story about that. 16-year-old me, could have bought a copy of the first printing of the number 1, TMNT. And at the time, I think they wanted $325 for it. I thought, well, I think I've got $400 to my name. Let me just buy those books. I think all of these together were, let's see, 60, 90, let's see, $105 I paid for, for these 3 back then. But I should have just cleaned up my account. What was I thinking? Never get that book now. It's a lesson to all you young collectors. If you can get your hands on a Grail and you can afford it, don't wait. You will regret it. All right, let's see. So I've covered a few other things, and now I thought we'd kind of start delving into a couple older books. This is one I just like because it's Russ Manning artwork, and this is by Gold Key. This is Magnus Robot Fighter number 1 from 1962. Also a very clean copy. I mean, if I had to guess, it's pretty tight. I'd say it's probably a solid, without a press right now, probably a solid 9.0, maybe 9.2, hard to tell. But I would definitely want to get it, cleaned and pressed, and eventually slabbed. But very cool book. All right, let's see. I thought I'd save the big boy for last. This is the oldest book I own, and it's definitely a key. And let's see. It is from the character that first got me collecting. Really, it was Batman. I bought this, I think, 15 years ago, and it's already been slabbed. It's an old slab, but it's an old book. I should probably get it re-slabbed. Anyway, this is, and I hope it doesn't show the glare, but anyway, this is Batman number 5, and as I figured, the glare is horrendous. So anyway, I can't get too much about that, but there you go. It's unrestored. It does have, it says up here, which is interesting, this is an old slab, but this is I think it was a minor, very light amount of color touch on cover, but yet it got a universal grade. I don't know if it would now, but I would like to maybe see at some point, get it, maybe cleaned and pressed again, because this is an old slab. Like I said, I bought this, 15 years ago. But there you go. It's a key because it's the first appearance of the Batmobile. And If you've seen the first Batmobile, it's not cool, but still a cool book to own if you're, a Batman fan. And there you go. I wish it was the number one, but I ain't that rich. But there you go. Batman number 5, 1941, Universal grade 4.5. And I wanted to show, just to kind of wrap up, oh my God, my nose. That pepper is strong. Was something a little different. Hold that thought. I'll be right back. Now, this book, the reason why I had to go over and get it because it's so darn big. But for anyone that hasn't seen this, it's not an easy book to come by. I don't know if there are any fans of Mike Hinge in the house, but this is called. Let me see if I can get this over more. This is called the Mike Hinge Experience. This is a tough book to find. Very hard. And it's huge, as you can see. It's just to show in comparison, like, this is my Batman slab here, and it's still, it's just gigantic. It's huge. Anyway, this book was a collection of Mike Hinge artwork put out by, I think it was Super Graphics, which was a imprint owned by Jim Steranko back in 1973. And I can't even look over this book, it's so big. Let me put it down so I can talk. So this book was, again, a collection of some of Mike Hinge's artwork. And he was a artist who had been doing quite a bit in science fiction. He had done some cover. His most famous pieces that were for Time magazine. I think he did a couple of covers, and they're actually on display in the Smithsonian in D.C. He's a New Zealander. He was born, I think he was born in Auckland. And he ended up moving to the U.S. in his 20s, and he naturally became famous. He ended up doing, I think, some set design for, like, I think it was 2001: A Space Odyssey. I don't think they ever used it. Let's see. He's also done a lot of, like, science fiction magazine cover work, like Analog is one that comes to mind. He did a lot of the covers for them. He did some work for heavy metal back in the 70s and maybe the 80s too. I'm not sure. But anyway, this is it. This is a very hard book to find. Very hard. It's super cool. It's, again, oversized. It has this die-cut. I don't know if I can show it. God, this thing is huge. But you can see it's got this die-cut cover. See that? And you can see his name right there. I think it's messing up my camera. This thing is so big. And I'll try and showcase some of it, but it's a really cool book. If you ever come across one and can actually find one, it's just neat looking. I mean, if you like science fiction, you like artwork, man, I'm having a hard time displaying this thing. Anyway, I will try. Let's see here. Try to pick a couple of pages out because this is turning out to be much harder to display than I thought it would have been. But let me see if I can do this again. Let's see. I'll try and showcase this as best I can, but because I don't want to damage it, so I'm going to be doing this very slowly. But you can see some of the artwork. Come on. Very detailed, super cool. It's all black and white. This book is very tough to find. I'll try to go through a few more pages, but this is proving to be very difficult because this thing is so big. Oh, all right, hang on. Let me try and find a couple more pages that I want to showcase that are really cool. Let's see. We did a lot of this. A lot of the pieces in here are from like the 60s and early 70s. Oh, that's beautiful. Let's see if I can showcase this. A lot of detail. Super cool. Just neat. If you ever want to check out Mike Hinge, you can look him up online. But Very cool artist. Check him out. Let's see if there's anything else in here. God, this thing is huge. I can't. It's like taking up the whole space. Oh, that's dope. Hopefully it's not going to get censored. But there you go. Booyah. Really cool pieces. We'll just say she's wearing a bodysuit, okay? There you go. But anyway, this came out in 1973, so come on, censors. Let's get with the times. Let me see if I can find anything else. Yeah, I'll just show one more piece, and then we're done. Like, but I mean, you can see the detail. Like, look at that. Look at that, the detail on that bird. It looks like I think it's a peacock. And you got this, you know, this space scene over here. Very cool book. Very hard to find. Again, this is the front cover. And there's the back cover, the back of the robot's head. Almost looks like a kind of like an Iron Man ripoff. But, you know, it's his own creation. Super cool. And anyway, there you go. Those are some of the things I wanted to show you from my collection tonight. Hope you liked them. That Trinidad Scorpion is burning my insides right now. But I can hold my own with these peppers. Anyway, I won't be eating another one again for a while. So I hope you liked it. And let me know what you think. Anyway, thanks, DOC. All right. Bye now.